Holy foley, you are God living in her own dream. So welcome to this Mystics Journal video where I will share some insights that have come up recently or things that have come up from conversations that I think might help you guys. So the first one is the distinction between desire and preference. I feel there's an important distinction to be made here, and I'll explain why it's important. So first one is to define desire. Desire comes initially from lack. You feel you lack something now, and so you feel that there's some future scenario where you don't lack what you're looking for, and so you strive to fulfill this desire by attaining that future outcome. And that journey of trying to fulfill your desire often leads to controlling life in order to meet that desire. And if things are not going that way, then there comes resistance to any alternative outcome, and that resistance leads to frustration. So that's desire. And with desire, the joy doesn't come from now, the joy comes from when your desire is fulfilled. Whereas preference is not like that at all. Preference, it comes from a space of, I'm already happy, I don't really mind too much. However, if I was to choose, I would choose this one. I favor this one. However, if it doesn't end up being this particular scenario, then I will accept it, I will adapt, that's absolutely fine. I just enjoy experience. So, and it comes with like a trust. I trust that whatever happens is what's supposed to happen according to life. So with that attitude, with just preference rather than desire, you don't try and control life. You try and guide it to meet your preferences. However, you fully accept if things do not go that way or life doesn't follow that guidance. And I feel that's how life is, the universe. The universe's will is not desire. The universe's will is just preference. Life is guiding us gently, each and every one of us, guiding us gently towards the realities it favors. However, it gives us all free will. And so with that free will, sometimes we don't follow that guidance and we do something else. And life's like, oh, that's okay. You do you. I enjoy just the experience of it all. I will keep guiding you to my preference. However, you have free will. And life is already happy. Life is joyful. The joy doesn't come from a future scenario. It's already joyful. And so there's not this element of control, resistance, and so on. So that's an important distinction. If you are someone who lives through desire, you're not aligned with your true nature, which is the true nature of life. If you're someone who's accepting but has preferences, then you're aligned with your true nature. The second interesting thing that I thought about recently was how everyone says the primordial sound is Om, Om. And I realized recently that's actually a very similar tone, Om, to the female orgasm sound. Ah, ah, Om. And also the same, very similar to the sounds a woman gives when she's giving birth. So it's like, and the reason this is important is because I feel this is the sound life made as it was birthing creation. So before creation, it was just the divine feminine. That's why it's just related to female orgasm and giving birth. And there was just that infinite nothingness of the divine feminine. And then it birthed light, which then went on to create creation. That birthing, that big bang, as science likes to call it, it's very feasible that came with a sort of orgasm or giving birth sound relating to females. And so I think that's where the Om came from. So I thought that was pretty interesting. And finally, I wanted to remind you guys that you are on an independent journey, okay? You're in a unique journey. If everything you do in your journey is with another person or making sure someone else is happy with it, then it's not unique, Okay, you're trying to bring someone along on your journey, and you end up, both of you, not being on your unique journeys. What makes your journey unique is that it's different from other people's. And so you must be able to be, you must feel and be able to be independent at all times. Otherwise, you won't be able to follow your unique journey. Now, you might say, well, if we're all on our different unique journeys, how does this concept of oneness and the collective come into it? Well, yes, in reality, we are one. However, this oneness is manifesting itself and expressing itself differently through each of the vessels that we are. So we are all guided to go on our unique journeys. However, in the higher perspective, the grand scheme of things, all these unique journeys complement each other perfectly, and they work in tandem to ensure the divine's will is enacted in the end. So yes, we're all on our unique journeys, but they are complementary. So it's important to understand that and not get that confused with, because we're one, that must mean that we all should be on the same journey. No. Make sure you stay independent. This is your own independent VR game, virtual reality simulation. Just because your game has some crossover with someone else's game, it doesn't mean that you have to like stick together and play together the same game. No, it's crossing over temporarily, but essentially you are in your own VR game. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you have any questions you'd like me to answer or any comments about this video, then you can leave a comment below this video. And I'll see you next time. Yours joygasmically, Agape.